We talk about prayer being powerful, and it is. We encounter the presence and power of God as we pray for and with others. But how we encourage prayer to take place in a small group can make it even more powerful in people's lives on multiple levels. See, many in the church aren't comfortable with prayer. One of the most powerful ways to help people be comfortable is praying together in a group where people get to hear other ordinary people praying in normal conversational language and seeing God show up. Some people may never be comfortable piping up and praying out loud in a group of 10 people, but they will be in a group of 3 or 4. Not only is the application portion of discussion done better in groups of 3 and 4, but prayer is even more powerful. I remember being in one group of about 15 people. We'd do prayer with the whole group, and some of the prayer requests would come in from time to time that some of them were quite vulnerable, asking for prayer in a difficult moment of life. The problem is with 15 prayer requests, or some nights more like 20 or 30 prayer requests, there was no way most people in the room were going to remember what their friends were wanting prayer for. It's too much detail to remember. One of the keys to a great, intentionally growing, caring group is that we actually remember what is going on in each other's lives, and we remember to follow up with additional prayer and conversation and care. If there were 30 prayer requests in a night, I might remember the one about being diagnosed with terminal cancer, but I might not remember the one that was my friend who was really struggling with a parenting challenge. So when I walk into the weekend service and see my friend with terminal cancer, I remember and pray. But when I see the one who is feeling like a failure in parenting and struggling with that, I don't remember to ask them how they're doing, especially in light of the parenting challenges I'm facing myself. So only those with extreme needs get lots of care and prayer, while others don't get ongoing care because we simply don't remember. So breaking down into groups of 3 or at most 4 solves that problem. If all I have to remember is 2 other people's prayer needs and what they're working on in their life, then the chances are that when I'm going to remember to care for them by encouraging them or following up with them with a text or an email or when I see them next. One can't understate the power of that kind of remembering to bring change in people's lives. It also provides, in a caring way, accountability to pursuing God and growth simply because we remember to ask about it and follow up with 2 people we prayed with. I've known so many people who, while unwilling to pray in front of a group, will pray in a group of 3 or 4, even if it's just a short sentence. Sure, they may feel pressure to pray because they can't hide in a group of 3 like they can in a group of 15, but the more they pray, the easier it becomes. While we never want to guilt people into praying in public, this simple strategy of breaking into smaller groups for prayer has a side benefit of adding some social expectation that can positively help someone risk and grow. So how do you go about doing this? Well, the simplest way is to be predictable. As the leader, sit in about the same spot each week, and when it comes time to break down into prayer and application and prayer groups, just point your arm out and say, from here over, you're a group. Everyone from here to here, you're a group. Everyone on the other side of me, from here to here, you are a group. See, break the groups down by gender as well. If you want to do co-ed groups, then always do groups of 4 or 5. If a single person is in a group, put them in with 1 or 2 other couples, or in a group of 3 with other singles. What you'll see happen by being predictable is people will start to sit near the people they most want to be with in breakout groups. Alternatively, you could also just set up groups and then every few months vary them. But being predictable lets people pick their groups, and as we'll talk about more in a subsequent training, it begins to set up the group to identify and develop new leaders and multiply a new group naturally. So take a moment to consider this question. And if you're with others, talk about it. When was there a time you asked for prayer for something and people who prayed with you followed up and asked how it was going, if they could pray for you more and do something to help you? How did that impact you?